Viewers, I'm not trying to blow our own trumpet here, but CNN News 18 speaks for you. It's your channel. It raises issues that are of import to you. Just look around you tonight, viewers. It's coming up to 9 p.m. and it's that hour where the flagship shows are rolled out across channels. Not one is focusing on this story tonight. Not one, viewers. I told you, I made a personal commitment that till answers are not got, till heads don't roll, we will follow up with this story. And I'm doing so once again. Because tonight, viewers, we ask the question that every Indian flyer is now forced to ask. Are we flying safely? Over the last 48 hours, India's skies have seen a disturbing spate of incidents. 10 flight-related disruptions. From mid-air snags to failed safety checks to basic rostering snafus. I mean, the list is long, viewers, and it is disturbing. We are told that at least 4 or 5 Air India Dreamliners are beached today. If these planes have so many snags, why are they being plied? Why are they being rolled out, rostered? Why are our lives being risked? Here's the list, viewers. The Air India San Francisco to Mumbai flight deplaned in Kolkata after technical snags. AI 159 Ahmedabad to Gatwick cancelled over operational issues. We don't know what these operational issues are. Bland boilerplate statements are issued. Something to do with rostering, something to do with this, that, the other. AI 170 London to Amritsar flight cancelled over operational issues. AI 143 Delhi to Paris flight cancelled after technical issues. During pre-flight checks, AI 142 Paris to Delhi flight for June 18 cancelled over technical issues. Hong Kong to Delhi flight returns after technical snag. AI Mumbai to Ahmedabad flight cancelled over operational issues. AI Express Delhi to Ranchi, it's not obviously a Dreamliner, returns after takeoff due to technical snag. Phuket to New Delhi flight makes emergency landing over security alert. Okay, fair enough. Bengaluru to London flight cancelled over technical issues during pre-flight checks. What are these pre-flight checks? Is it because, viewers, right now there is greater scrutiny that these issues are being caught out because Air India knows one more mistake and they're done for? Were these endemic? Were we flying despite these endemic snafus, technical glitches, and people are saying, chalo chalta hai, it's okay? These incidents on the back of the IC 171 tragedy suggest that the turbulence is much beyond the routine, viewers. The facts are, and they are uncomfortable. Airlines are racing to cut costs, to pack in more, to fly more planes more frequently. But at what cost, viewers? There's been talk of senior maintenance crew across industry being given the pink slip because they're too expensive. Yes, they've served so many years that over the years, viewers, they've started earning more. That's become a problem. But since when did we begin rationing life-saving expertise and experience? Since when was it okay to replace safety protocols with cost-cutting memos? How much profit is enough? Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers first. Air India, viewers, hard facts. I always bring hard facts to every debate, viewers. Tata Aviation has cut losses by 9,000 crores in FY24. What is deemed as losses, we don't know. But nonetheless, revenue is up 24%, viewers. 24%. Indigo, net profit soars 62% to 3,000 crore, dividend declared in 2024. It's not a crime to make profits. But is India's booming civil aviation sector becoming a victim of its own success? Are regulators failing to ground unsafe practices? If the DGCA believes, viewers, that these planes are not airworthy, the Dreamliners, I mean, look at these pictures from all over the country. Harried customers stranded without any sense. And today, viewers, let me tell you, Supriya Sule sends one message saying, look, I'm stranded. And the aviation minister responds to her. Does he ever respond to you? Does DGCA ever say, look, there is a problem with the Dreamliners, Air India, you can't fly them? Has a notice gone out today? At least 5 have been benched, viewers. We don't know why. Technical issues, operational issues, who knows? Are some of our carriers, let me say it, flying coffins masquerading as budget miracles? The DGA says it's keeping an eye, but passengers aren't statistics. They're humans and they're apprehensive. I'm sure you are. And if you are, don't stay silent tonight. Join our movement for accountability. No one is asking these questions because I know, viewers, why? Because there is corporate pressure. Ads on the line, advertisements, clout. I know of a journalist very recently who took the interview of the CEO of Air India. Some people are saying that he even sabotaged his own company's outreach on this issue by plagiarizing the condolence message. Can you believe it? I don't know how far this is accurate, but the two speeches that we've seen seem to read very much alike. Now, it could be, viewers, that they follow some sort of a manual, which in my book is not right, because at least condolences should be original, but maybe there is some industry standard. I don't know, viewers. Give the benefit of the doubt. But viewers, there are channels who have given this person a platform to spout the marketing line for his airline. If Campbell Williams has a defense, come face me. Let's have it out. Viewers, join our movement for transparency. You must. And I want to open this up tonight. Enough is enough. Questions have to be asked. We asked them of Boeing yesterday. Many people said that I was crazy to do that because I can expect a lawsuit which will far exceed anything that I'll ever earn in my life. But viewers, when it comes to you, there's no compromise. Remember that. No compromise, zero compromise. I will speak up for you. I'm appalled, viewers, that the top brass of the Tata Group didn't even show up for the cremation of a pilot. That's what we are being told, viewers. Can you believe it? Ratan Tata set the standards, viewers. He built a memorial in the iconic Taj Hotel for everyone who lost their lives in that tragedy, 26/11 tragedy. The Tata should build a memorial in the iconic Air India building, commemorating the captain, the crew, the passengers. That's the least. That's the least. And I want to open this up because I have some questions. And I want to begin with an industry old-timer who has been around for a very long time, Parvez Damania, former executive director, Kingfisher Airlines. This Devesh Agarwal, aviation expert. Let me just bring in these two gentlemen first. Mr. Damania, what's happening? I believe this is a problem. I mean, at least 5 Dreamliners grounded today for a variety of reasons. Some of them are of great import. What does this point to? Is it that these were glossed over in the past and now under greater scrutiny, AI doesn't want to risk it? They were risking it in the past. What's going on? I mean, I'm appalled that these planes, if they have so many glitches, if there's so many snafus, are not being, for the moment, taken off the flying rosters. Mr. Damania.
Yeah, I am extremely shocked at the way things are going on at Air India. One would have expected much higher standards from a Tata Group company. It is sad the state of affairs there are in. And I was shocked to see the number of 787 that were cancelled recently. And of course, up till now, there's been no real explanation coming from Air India or Boeing as to the reason of the crash. Still, there are just assumptions and theories, but no concrete reply
No,
or
Mr.
report.
Damania, let me tell you how the system works, okay? I tweeted something saying that look at the number of flights, etc., with technical snafus, glitches, what have you. And I get a call from one of the PR of the airline to say, this is the real thing, please tweet this. So I tweet it. And I read this boilerplate statement. It tells me nothing. Technical issues, rostering issues, this, that, the other.
No,
Right? How am I supposed to believe?
No, if they are not sure and they've not been able
No,
to
my point is not
identify-
that. Is the Tata's word gospel, Mr. Damania?
No,
Obviously,
no,
there's
they-
something serious that these planes are not flying around, that they've been benched and beached.
No,
So am I not
it's-
entitled, as somebody
You
in the
as a-
media asking questions, for an honest
As a
answer?
As a
Are you not
consumer-
entitled?
Absolutely. As a consumer, as a flyer, you as a media person are entitled to a reply. Their success story of the Indian aviation success story is because the way the consumer has supported these airlines. The growth story is thanks to the consumer coming and flying and supporting the airlines. So they have a right to know if there is an issue. The consumer has a right to
No,
know.
so where
the
is the
media has a
consumer
right
being
to know.
told, sir? There are
And
people
another thing,
posting videos,
if
perplexed.
they
have lives to lead. They're risking this. Are you apprehensive tonight? Let me ask you. Would you, for example, take this Dreamliner and fly around the world? Would you do it?
No.
Would you
No,
risk your family and
No,
their
I
safety?
would think, no, I would not do it. And it's very surprising. I was talking to a very senior person, airport authority. He's going to Dubai, and he said, should I fly the Dreamliner?
There you go.
So now even people in the aviation industry are really worried. And what I think that if there are any doubts, any gray areas, economics should take a back seat. They should look and think of the thought of grounding this fleet, making all the
But where
required
is the
corrections.
DGCA? Now, hang on,
No.
just a minute. There is system. Look, I am not sparing anyone tonight, viewers. Where is the DGCA? The so-called government? No, I'm asking. Because if the DGCA knows that is happening, look, the DGCA has told Air India, in all fairness, let's be honest, they've told Air India, you've got to tighten those protocols for checks, right? That's what they've been told.
They've
Now, when
given
they're
a
going
new-
through these hoops, there are problems clearly because some have been stalled because of technical checks, etc., taking too long. So why weren't these technical checklists given earlier? What was
No,
the
they could have
DGCA
been
doing
given
all this while? We're waiting for a crash.
No, you see, they should have done this much earlier. I think the DGCA has given the two airlines that are running the industry a long rope. And they should tighten it. They should be more careful.
No. If they've
And
given
this
a
is
long
very
rope
heavy-
at the risk, sir. No, look, you've got to ask with me tonight for accountability. If this is the case, this is collusion by another name. I'm sorry. You say that after a crash, everyone wakes up to say, oh, yeah, you know, those 10 other things that we should check, but take a little bit of time, means that lesser planes will be in the air, means that there will be not enough passengers and these poor airlines will get bled. All these people in the DGCA should come up and be sacked. Mr. Damania, am I wrong? Am I asking the wrong question?
No, you are asking the absolute right question.
So what is going on?
Up till now, nobody has been held accountable for this
Why?
crash.
Why, sir?
People-
Why?
No,
Are lives cheap?
that I can't answer you why. but
People pay a lot of
should
money
be
to put their
accountable,
faith in these airlines and in the system.
Whether they are from the government bodies, government officials, from Air India, whatever, people should be held accountable. Lives have been lost, and no amount of money. The Tatas declared a compensation of 1 crore initially. Air India declared a compensation of 25 lakh, but no amount of money can bring your son or daughter back. This loss is irreplaceable, and there's nothing can change this. And
No,
if
I can. I'll tell you
some-
what changes this. And let's keep the visuals also on air, viewers. I'm going to show you these visuals of people who are looking bereft and bewildered. They don't know what to do. There are people saying that, can you tell me why are we not flying? Is it that there is something wrong endemically? Are we being risked? What is going on? Not one question. Devesh Agarwal, let me bring you in. If the Dreamliner, and you know, I heard you telling me the first night, the first day, in fact, first afternoon, I met you then for the first time and you said the Dreamliner unimpeachable reputation. Okay. If the Dreamliner is such a great airplane, why are so many of them beached, leaking snags and other issues? We're getting boilerplate press releases. I was sent one, as I just said, a short while back. as if Tata word is gospel. How do I know the explanation is honest? It could just be a great PR campaign. Just tell these morons that, it's a technical issue, you see. What do you mean technical issue? What is this technical issue? Should we not know, Devesh Agarwal?
Hi, Rahul. Yes, I still stand by my statement. We can't use Air India and then paint an entire worldwide fleet of about 1,175 aircraft.
No, why? Is Boeing, hang on. Is Boeing some real company with great ethical morals? Sir, have we seen the documentaries? Have you heard some of the whistleblowers? Have you heard what that god-awful former CEO of Boeing told a inquisition that was set up in the US Congress? Luckily, the US Congress has something like this. In India, viewers, you'll never see a CEO being brought before Parliament.
I agree
So,
with
Mr.
you.
Agarwal, why should I believe Boeing? Who's Boeing to me? They don't pay my salary. They owe an explanation. Indian lives have been lost. I don't give a damn about Boeing, to be honest, Mr. Agarwal. Sorry. And for me, if one plane goes down with Indian lives, it's the worst plane. Solve it.
Okay, I mean, see, I'm just saying that the world is still flying this aircraft. That's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, and we don't know. As I said, are these flying coffins?
I was trying to come to a different issue based on exactly what you were saying, accountability. We don't have an independent regulator. We do not have an independent air accidents investigation board. They both are under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. The Ministry of Civil Aviation, till just a short time ago, was the operator of an airline, the regulator of the airline, the operator of the airport, the regulator of the airport. How are you going to have checks and balances? You can't be having the fox guarding the hen house or vice versa. So there itself, the first thing that is really required is the DGCA has to become an independent body. Go back to the DGCA. What was the DGCA's background? You're talking about a regulator. What is the DGCA's background? The gentleman may be a very competent person, but he has come from agriculture. What has agriculture got to do with aircraft? So I'm just trying to say that the entire regulatory system from the top down has to be revamped. You're right now showing videos of an A330 of Saudi Arabian Airlines.
Yeah, exactly.
That also had a hydraulic issue.
Yes.
So aircraft are incredibly complex. When it comes to Air India, everybody keeps saying Tatas, but these aircraft have been, how do I use this word? They've been mismanaged by Air India employees when they were part of the government of India. And the after effects are still there.
Hang on, sir. Hang on. Look, it was not as if. No, Mr. Well, hang on. Yes, there was mismanagement. But Mr. Agarwal, please. Mr. Agarwal, please. You cannot give a complete free pass to the current management. They knew what they were getting into. They knew exactly what they were buying.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to say, that it's been more than 2 years and there is no way that we should accept this from the current ownership of the Tatas that, oh, this is what the government has spoiled and we are still trying to fix it. Hey, you've had more than 2, almost now approaching 3 years. I am with you in this. These aircraft are badly maintained and they have not been maintained well subsequently as well. And definitely the management of Air India and the management of Tatas have to be held accountable, because really, to be honest with you,
Rahul, you have to remember one thing, that Tata is not a cash-starved company.
Exactly. I've just shown you the numbers.
No, Rahul, Tata have the resources to bring in the best engineering team, the best equipment. They are not tight like some other airlines. So there is no question of saying that they took over a bad management, they took over a bad setup. They knew exactly what they were buying and they had the resources to put things right. So by now, things should have been put right. Management is available, international teams are available, the spare parts are available. And if all over the world these aircrafts are very successfully flying, without any accidents, they could be flying in India. First and foremost, this aircraft is flying all over the world. A lot of airlines are using this. Yes, there have been issues with this aircraft.
No, hang on,
in the
just
past.
a minute. There is something that I must put down here. I'm not just making this about the Dreamliner, Dr. Ranganathan. This is about a
Yeah.
culture. This is about a system
Yes.
that is rotten to the core. And we are done with taking silly explanations. The other day, you were there, Dr. Ranganathan, when someone popped up and said, oh, the DGCA is very independent. And I had to actually share the facts with you.
Yeah.
You remember? People are coming here, covering up. They don't have what is known as the moral empathy to speak the truth because they have some vested interest. Can you believe it, viewers? This is what we've come to. We bargain lives for our own advantage. We go back to those bosses and say, we did such a great job in defending you, and they'll throw a couple of, I don't know, thousands of rupees at you, and you'll go away feeling great. Dr. Ranganathan, I have a problem tonight. Is it passengers first or profits first? I'll ask very straight. I'm only used to asking straight questions. I'm not someone who dances around subjects. You've been with me for many years and you know my style. I'm asking you, are all airlines today, whether they're Indigo, whether I don't care about them, I don't care if they come after me, I'm here, not running away. I've taken on many political parties, come, sue me. But I'm asking you, are you putting profits over passenger safety? And that's the fundamental question, Dr. Ranganathan. Fundamental tonight. Let's hit it where it matters.
To answer you very simply, before privatization, the government was putting losses before passenger safety, and now everyone's putting profits before passenger safety. But Rahul, I need to make 2 or 3 very important points, and I speak, of course, as a layman. To paraphrase Oscar Wilde, who said, all of us are in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. And I want to commend you by saying that all of us have suffered for decades, but at least you are fighting back, and I have my reasons for commending you, because as you rightly said it, maybe less than a week ago, we were on the same program on your debate, and the former chairman of DGCA asserted that DGCA is independent. And you proved him wrong. Of course, it is not independent. And as one of the panelists said, it is sacrilege. It is a crime that you do not have an independent regulator for the air traffic that is going on in this country for decades. I mean, do they not see a conflict of interest? Let me just put one reason why. I'm not saying it is a problem that everyone has to address, but don't you see a conflict of interest when you have nations, multiple nations, spending and earning billions, hundreds of billions of dollars buying these aircrafts, and then you have a government agency that is looking at the safety concerns of these very aircrafts? For example, Boeing or Airbus, there is a clear conflict of interest, number one. Number two, as you rightly said, the time has come, and I commend you, congratulate you, the time has come for us to have an independent DGCA. But here is where the crime is happening. I can shout, you can shout. Why has the Supreme Court not had a suo motu judgment on this? Why has no one, and with due respect to a lot of panelists who are experts out here, why have they never approached the Supreme Court demanding that DGCA be made independent? And let me end by telling you the real tragedy that is happening. Of course, this is away from the tragedy that struck Ahmedabad. Day before yesterday, Rahul, a real terrible tragedy struck in the air traffic corridor of Kedarnath, where a chopper crashed, killing 7. You know the problem? It is flying at 4,000 meters above sea level at the most perilous air terrains in the world. It does not have an air traffic control. There is no radar coverage. There is no live weather reporting. The pilots, they say we fly 300 sorties every day. We fly blind. This is the situation. And how on earth is the DGCA chairman still okay with this? He should have resigned on day 1, on the day of the crash. Why is the Supreme Court silent? Number one, this is what I want to know.
Well, viewers, what to say about the Supreme Court?
Rahul, may I respond to Anandji?
Yeah, 1 second. Yes, please do. And then I want to bring in Flight Lieutenant Meenu Wadia.
Anandji, I think just before the 2014 elections, the cabinet approved what is called the CAA Bill. The idea being that every passenger will contribute some amount, maybe 50 rupees or something, and that is what will be used to fund the CAA, which would be the replacement of the DGCA, and therefore the DGCA would not be bound to the government for funding. That bill has never been, it has been approved in cabinet, but it has never been brought to the floor of the parliament. Till today, it is not there.
And I just want to show you, I'm sorry to interrupt, sir. This is the DGCA website. Can you imagine there is not a single tabulation of number of issues, safety or accident issues that are reported every year? This is a collation of all the treatment or the resolved that issues that have been resolved by DGCA going back to 30 years.
So let me ask.
That's it.
Let me ask the other uncomfortable question. And we have with us, as I said, Flight Lieutenant Meenu Wadia. Excuse me, sir. Mr. Wadia, is this?
And I'm surprised that you and some of your panelists are angry today and upset today at what you are stating.
Yes.
Exactly what you are stating, we've been fighting for the last 50 years. DGCA, in fact, I'll go far beyond, and I know exactly what I'm saying, and I can prove what I'm saying. DGCA has been the actual cause for unsafe atmosphere and unsafe in the country. They have actually prevented further improvements in aviation safety. Now, when you're talking of independent board, we've been fighting for many years to have an independent safety board as it exists all over the world. Yeah. Eventually, they've come out with something which they call an independent safety board. I am afraid it is certainly not independent at all. If it comes under the Ministry of Civil Aviation and the DG answers and talks to the secretary, how on earth do you ever call it independent? All over the world, you have a totally independent safety board. And furthermore, who is this independent safety board? It's not you and me.
No.
There are qualified accident analysis specialists who are trained in various aspects of analyzing difficult situations or unsafe situations. These are the people who constitute part of this independent safety board. And what I'm horrified today also to learn that the board which has been construed to investigate this accident is a secretary. How on earth do you expect a secretary to understand fundamentals of aviation safety?
No, shocking.
It is ridiculous. And
shocking.
It is. I hope someone objects to it right now. Better late than never. And has a proper aviation expert, a specialist in accident analysis, put on the board to investigate this accident.
I will support any move to file a PIL on this issue. So let's work together and file a PIL on this issue. It's enough. Enough is enough, viewers. And I want to one final time go back to both the aviation experts here. First, Mr. Damania, I have to ask you, how unsafe are the skies? It's a basic question.
No. Please don't say that. They are pretty much safe. Still, aviation, flying is the safest mode of transport. This has been a terrible, terrible tragedy. The airlines have to spruce up, improve safety standards. The DGCA has to have better monitoring standards, and things have to improve. But I would kindly request you to see that the confidence of the flying public is not shaken up.
Okay.
What has happened is terrible, cannot be replaced. Tatas have to shape up. They have to be more careful in future, very, very careful in the future.
Sir, I get this. I get the sense.
Have to be accountable.
I get the sense that, look, viewers, just a month and a half back, we had a tragedy in Pahalgam. A large number of tourists put their faith in the government, believing that they were going to a secure environment, that they would be safe. They were let down, viewers. No heads have rolled. Let's be honest about that. No head, not one. Now we're being told, don't shake people's confidence. The people are already feeling apprehensive. Mr. Damania himself said, I wouldn't fly the Dreamliner right now. There's a problem. So why should the public at large be lulled into a sense of complacency? Yes, Doctor. Before I move on.
Very briefly, with due respect to Mr. Damania, of course, he's the expert and I'm the layman. But Rahul, you remember, 5 days ago, I was myself telling you about the fact that the air travel is the safest mode of transport in the world. But the two things are mutually exclusive. I also said that the DGCA has actually enforced the highest number of enforcements in its history, more than 25% year on year. But that does not take away from the fact that it needs to be independent and there is severe laxity that needs to be addressed. I'm sorry, those two things, Mr. Damania, are mutually exclusive.
Let me tell you, viewers, as we move on. Yes, very quickly. Yes.
I am not expressing an opinion. Mr. Damania is expressing an opinion. I'll give you facts and figures. Our Indian skies are not safe at all. However, I wouldn't like to make a statement for passengers that it is reasonably safe, or I would certainly travel by any airline, including Air India, at any time today. But however, if we want to compare and make it safer, there is far more scope to improve. The world average accident record is 1.5 hull losses per million departures. Countries that have a good safety record, like America, Europe, Japan, Australia, have 0.5 to 0.6, and Australia for a long time had 0.2 hull losses per million departures. I know the figures for India. I dare not open my mouth over here in this forum. I don't want to frighten you and the public. So let me keep quiet about it.
Well, there you go, viewers. That's an honest assessment. And I'll tell you, the DGCA, these airlines, all of them, these are a closed corporation. It's a word that Dr. Ranganathan uses quite often. I'm paraphrasing him. It's a closed corporation, viewers. This monopoly needs to be broken. Yes, Mr. Agarwal, before I move on, please. Yeah.
Since you are this thing, I would also urge you to do two things. Take out the AAIB's recommendations for the Mangalore crash, which was 15 years ago, and for the Calicut crash, which was relatively recent. They have made certain recommendations. Please go and ask the government, how many of those recommendations have they implemented? And how many have they not implemented, and why they have not implemented? I'll be honest with you, both are AAI-run airports, which have come under the Ministry of Civil Aviation.
Okay.
Well,
can I lean upon your expertise to create, sir, a memo for me and send it so I can actually ask these questions of the government? So let's work together. I call upon all of you. Help. Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. I'll also do this, sir, but I won't know what they have implemented, what they haven't. You probably have an inside working knowledge. And I would really, really fall back on your expertise. And let's craft some sort of document. Let's take it to the courts, the PILs. Let's file PILs. Let's make the change. You know, my problem is that we all lament, but we don't act. Let's act. And viewers, if you have any suggestions, message me. I'm on Twitter. I've got an email here at the company. Send me your views.
I'll give you some more facts also. Even when the Bombay High Court have given an order to the DGCA to do various things like having an inquiry, they've never done it.
Well, there you go. There's a problem, viewers. It can't go on. Something has to give. Something has to give. And I need to move on now because
Network 18 is now the clear leader in digital media with 55% more users on native platforms and social media than Times Internet. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks, way ahead of the times.